Hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? Robin here. Welcome to the first video on the channel. This is going to be a finance and investing channel where I showcase you guys some case studies, my investing, my goals. I'm going to show you guys some financial tips, some budgeting tips, all that cool kind of stuff. And this first video I'm going to do is I'm going to be recapping my investing goals, my earnings, and a recap 2019 basically for you guys, and show you guys how much money I was able to make investing into stocks in 2019. And kind of show you guys how you guys can kind of do the same and how much passive income I made. So 2019 was the first year I actually went into investing. I've been kind of learning personal finance and stuff like that over the past couple months to year. I really started hard at the beginning of this year, and I started investing in about late February this year. And my total earnings, my total portfolio here, as you guys can see, is $35,000. Keep in mind, I did not save that all in 1 year. I had about $17,000 near the start of the year in a tax-free savings account, but then I moved that into investing once I realized that investing is better. So if we do the math, we go 35,492 minus about $17,000 will give you a take if I managed to save about $18,000 this year and put into investments. Pretty crazy, right? I'm pretty proud of myself for doing that, especially since I don't make a ton of money, and I think it's really realistic that other people can do that too. And over the course of the next little while, I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks and things like that, and how you guys can do that as well if you're struggling financially and whatnot. So be sure to subscribe to the channel because I'll be posting a lot of stuff, as well as doing these different updates every now and then. So this update is going to be an over recap of the whole entire year, but I will be posting videos on a weekly basis while kind of updating my overall portfolios and different things that we'll be doing, because I do have lots of different ideas. I'm just not too sure what I'm going to do exactly yet. So this is the portfolio, $35,000, almost $1,800 in returns so far. Keep in mind, it's not the end of the year yet. It's December 28th, so a couple days left. I also have some unpaid dividends from some of my ETFs that haven't paid out yet, but whatever, I don't really care. My estimate is there'll probably be about $200, so you can slap that on if you want. Doesn't really matter, but that's my earnings so far. And if we bring back my calculator again, I don't know where that calculator went. This is what I like to do. If we look over the course of the whole year, this 1755 is a monthly income of, we divide that by 12 because there's 12 months in a year, right? It's a monthly income of $146 a month. So obviously this number went up and down over the year, and this little graph here will actually show you, if we click on 1 year return, this little graph here will show you how my account rose. Keep in mind, this is my deposits and stuff, so you can see how much I actually am depositing here. But you can see that this number went up and down a lot, and it wasn't until the end of the year where it really started to kick up. So that's why I always say wait till the end of the year before you do your gains, because you could be sitting at a low percentage, then all of a sudden at the end of the year, things, especially when all your dividends and stuff pay out, you can go up there pretty good. So I always do this calculation at the end of the year, and if you're patient, I made $146 per month for my stocks. That's including dividends, overall growth, just everything together kind of thing. So that's pretty solid. Pretty happy about that. And in fact, in reality, it'd be a little bit more because I still have some stocks I haven't paid out yet. But pretty pumped with that. And this is why I think index fund / ETF investing is so powerful, because you basically, you set something up, you set and forget it, and you just keep making money. You keep earning passive income, and that's the key to wealth, in my opinion, especially considering you don't have to do anything. So let's go over the portfolio first. I'm just going to give you guys a quick portfolio, and then we'll go over the activity, and I'll show you guys my dividends and blah, 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 all that kind of jazz. Let's go into the holdings here, so you guys can see the holdings here. This portfolio is 90% equity, so 90% stocks, and 10% bonds at the bottom here. By the way, guys, I am using Wealthsimple to use this. There will be a link in the description of this video that you guys can click and sign up for Wealthsimple and get your first $10,000 managed for free, because they do pay a management fee. But it's really, really small. I think it's like 0.3% or 4%. But if you guys click that link, you'll get your first $10,000 managed complete for free. I think it's for 12 months. So check that out if you're interested. Because for most people, if you're not going to put over $10,000, it gives you 1 whole year of management for your portfolio. So pretty solid. So going through here, we have international equities, which is XEF. We have U.S. equities, emerging markets, global equities, Canadian equities, and then again U.S. equities. And then we have some bonds at the bottom here, which hold about 10% of my portfolio. We have Canadian bonds and then U.S. bonds. So overall, the portfolio is pretty global. You can see we have foreign stocks with 20% and then U.S. stocks 20%. Emerging markets, which is a mix of kind of everything, and then another global stocks, and then Canadian equities, because I'm Canadian myself, there's a little bit of Canadian in there, and they've actually performed not too bad. And then we have a US Canadian hedged fund that they put in there. I'm not too sure why it's in there, but it's performed pretty well, so I'm pretty happy with that. You can see the overall performance of each little ETF here on the side. My biggest earner was the US Equities Canadian Hedged Fund, which is basically this VTI fund, but it's Canadian hedged kind of thing. And VTI is my second biggest earner, which is American stocks, basically, which is the Vanguard total stock market, which has been 7.2%, which is pretty solid. And my lowest earner has been emerging markets, but the emerging markets are kind of up and down. The cool thing about investing in this kind of portfolio that Wealthsimple has set up is that if something is low and crappy, like my emerging markets is 0.3% return, but hey, all these other things kind of build it up and kind of pull it up, right? So that's pretty cool. So I'm just going to go over these really quickly, guys. You guys can kind of look at them if you want. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about them because I will be going over this stuff a lot in the future. So just want to show you guys my portfolio. Pretty simple. Again, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ETFs. That's it. 6 ETFs with thousands of stocks in them. So, pretty simple that way. So you guys could buy those ETFs yourself, or you could set up an account and get something like Wealthsimple to do it for you. The choice is up to you. So that's how much we've got in terms of that. An overall return. If we hear money weighted, we have 9.8%. Money weighted is the day number one you put money into Wealthsimple. If that money sat to the current date, my portfolio would be 9.8% in overall returns or earnings. But because I constantly put money in every single week kind of thing, I like to go simple percentage, which gives you an overall percentage overall, which would give you at 5.2%. So 5.2% is a return for this year. Again, would be much higher if it would invest at the start of the year where the stock market went up like 10% or something in January. I missed out on that, unfortunately, so sucks, but you know what, whatever, it is what it is. I'm just happy to get, this. I'm happy with this number. Like, I'm pretty pumped for this number. And 5.2% of free money is pretty solid. Like, I'm not going to complain. So, again, pretty cool stuff. And this is why I love investing so much. And I think so much more people should invest because it's so powerful to earn money. It doesn't matter how much money you make. Doesn't matter what you do for a living. You should be investing because you can make passive income. And that and whatever you invest is going to keep earning you money as time goes on forever. So it's pretty solid, right? So that's all that so far. We're going to go to activity, and I'm going to show you guys my actual contributions and dividends and stuff like that so you guys can see these numbers because they're always cool to see. I like seeing them. We all like to see how much money we're making and how much is coming in and stuff like that. So let's go into deposits and withdrawals. Throughout the whole entire year, I've just been depositing money. I did withdraw money to help pay for something. I think it was a bill of some kind. So I took out $400 in October. But other than that, this is what I've been depositing every single month, kind of thing. As you guys can see, lots of deposits. Just any kind of free money I basically had, I've been throwing in. And this is how you guys can do it. It doesn't have to be big money. It can be $50 here, $100 here. This is $1,000 here, $700 here, $100, $600, $300, $600, $665, $38. This is when I got serious and I was like, you know what? I'm going to throw all my money into stocks. So 65, all my free money, I should say. $65, $38, $100, 43, and this is how it adds up. You guys can see that over the course of a year, every single day, at the end of every single day, I was looking at my emergency fund, which I have, which is about $1,000-ish. Anything over that, throw into stocks, and you guys can see like $13 right here, $61, $35. Just the tiniest little amounts. Oh, one thing I do also want to mention is trading or buying stocks on Wealthsimple is free, so you can put $20 in and you don't pay a fee. So feel free to do it as often as you want. You can see here again some of these bigger numbers are me moving money over from my tax-free savings account in my regular bank savings, which was giving me like a 1% earnings, which was garbage. And then I found about stocks, and again, guys, just steadily putting money in any kind of free income I have, throwing into stocks, and that's how it starts. So you can do it. Doesn't matter where your income is at. This investments tab, I'm not sure what this tab does. It shows you how they invest your cash kind of thing. So if we click this out, you can see that it tells you like in December 27th, I had money sitting in my account, so they took the money and this is how they bought the shares kind of thing. So you can see all the different, they kind of tend to balance it out overall, or they rebalance on a regular basis every time you put money in, which is pretty cool. Which is why I like Wealthsimple, because you don't have to do it yourself. Once again, you can see sales here. Dividends and interest is probably going to be the one that you guys are going to look for the most. So let's bring that up. And I also want to show you guys how like dividends and earnings can compound over time to be a lot of money. So we're going to the beginning here. As you guys can see, in February when I first started this, I was making 2 cents, 15 cents, 10 cents, 11 cents, 7 cents, 8 cents, 11 cents. And then March came in, the big quarter, the big quarter number 1 where the big dividends come out. $8, $6, $6. And then you guys can see here that slowly over time, like those numbers kept increasing. And then in June, another big quarter 3, I believe. Yeah, quarter 3 in June, we had $96 in dividends. And if you bring these down here, you guys can see the different funds that are paying them out, kind of thing. So this is what, again, my stocks, and then, you know, some other ones here, and some bonds and different things here. So you guys can see here, and this is the month on the side here, in case you haven't noticed. Again, you know, like just the dividends just keep pulling in, free money, yeah, right? And then in December 23rd, I got $149 in dividends, and like I said, there's still a bunch more that need to get paid out over the course of the end of December and early of January. So this will probably send at $200 or $300 in dividends I got for December-ish, which is pretty cool. I mean, I was pretty happy like that. Talk about getting a Christmas present, you know? Definitely. So I was pretty pumped about that. But I want to share this with you guys so you guys can see the power of investing. And once again, I will be doing, I'm thinking about starting a new fun series with like maybe Wealthsimple Trade. I know a lot of people use Robinhood, so I might try that out, but we'll see. I'm not 100% too sure what platform I want to use. I just want to do like a case study and show you guys how much money you can make, like starting from day 1, and maybe do it throughout the whole entire year. And then I have my main one. But my main concern right now, and I think this is something everybody should do, is grab a tax-free savings account wherever you are. Your country probably has one of some type. Grab one and start throwing money into it. Max that out first. And the cool thing is you can actually use most tax-free savings account as investments. So yeah, this is a tax-free savings account. You know, getting a 9.8% return. Pretty cool. You know, that beats my 1% in my bank, sitting in my bank account I had before. So that's it for this video, guys. I just want to show you guys my overall returns for the year. I'm pretty happy overall for my first year of investing. I think I did pretty good. Next year, because this year was pretty good, nobody can really predict what's going to happen on a year-by-year basis, but I think next year we might get a bit of a dip. But because we're constantly putting money in every single week, we're also going to be buying in the dip. So overall, it should balance out to some degree. And, you know, near the end of the year, in reality, I don't care about the overall returns. I just care about this number up top, which is my overall portfolio, and how much I'm getting from dividends and stuff like that on a regular basis. Because overall, everything will go up eventually. So that's really all I really care about in the meantime. So I hope you guys like this video. This is the first video on the channel. If you guys want more videos like this and stuff like that, more case studies, things about investing and personal finance, be sure to subscribe. And if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to give it a like. I really do appreciate that. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.